So we're into a 1998, yes, 98 GMC Vortec Chevy 5.7 350 with the intake gasket leaking. Here you can see evidence of coolant in the engine oil. You can see where the gasket has failed in this front corner. This one fell apart up here, and the back corner back there has failed. We're going to change gaskets, obviously, but this thing's been consuming antifreeze for a little while, as based on the underside of the valve covers there, full of coagulated coolant. And the customer changed the oil, but if we look at the dipstick here, it's about, I'd say 2 inches above the full mark, and it's got a orangey tint to it. Likely got Dexcool in it. So we're going to change the intake gasket, vacuum out all of that crud as best as possible, and then put fresh oil in it when we're all done. So I've stuffed the intake ports and the coolant passages and the cylinder heads with small pieces of rag. I vacuumed out the lifter valley area, removed the valve lifter retaining plate, which I'll clean up and put back on. And I've cleaned the gasket surfaces somewhat with sandpaper, and we're getting ready to finish cleaning this thing with brake cleans and start the reassembly procedure. So the intake is ready to go back on. Gasket surfaces are all cleaned. I haven't put the RTV sealer at both ends until I get ready to set the manifold on there. But these are the improved Dorman gaskets, the steel ones. There's locating tabs on 4 corners to hold them in place, which is nice. So we should be good to reinstall the manifold. So the underside of this intake manifold looks pretty gross. You can actually see where the gaskets were starting to suck out on the intake manifold as well, on both ports here, and that's common. Sometimes they'll actually start sucking into the crankcase here at the bottom. But this gasket had failed in the corner, and this one looks like it had failed over here. Anyways, that's a poor design from GM. But this one lasted since 1998. This is still original, so got to give it credit. So it's all back together, fresh coolant, French engine oil, the filter, no noises in the engine, seems to be running good. Put a new distributor cap and rotor on it. Distributor cap was looking pretty grungy, so replaced that. Adjusted the camshaft retard with a camshaft synchronization sensor, and